Hello, my name is Ardashir, and today in my presentation I will talk about two articles which are about AI in art. So let's get started. I will talk about two articles. First one being the creativity of AI, which specifically talks about the role of AI in visual art, and the second one being the AI in music that will discuss about the role of AI in music today, as well as the problems of copywriting this sort of a music. So, turning to the first article, the summary I made of it is that it explores whether AI generated art can be considered creative, arguing that AI systems like GANs and CANs produce art that aligns with the definition of creativity, including originality and despite lacking emotional intent, AI art is often indistinguishable from human creations, challenging biases against AI as an artist. It concludes that AI has creative potential, though human collaboration remains crucial. And now, turning to the three main questions to the article I've read, it's the purpose of the article, the hypothesis it had, and the conclusions. So I can clearly say that the purpose of this article was to explore the creative capabilities of artificial intelligence in the field of art. It specifically examines whether AI can be considered genuinely creative and if AI generated art can be as equal as human-centered art. So the study also investigates audience perceptions of AI art, how people react to the art produced by AI, and the theoretical frameworks that support the arguments for AI's artistic creativity. Talking about the hypothesis of the article, I can for sure say that the central hypothesis was that artificial intelligence is capable of demonstrating artistic creativity. This is based on the arguments that AI can combine, transform, and explore abstract artistic concepts in a way comparable to human creativity. The paper also hypothesized that audience biases and schema theory influences the evaluation of AI-generated art, often leading to undervaluation of it. And now to the conclusions author made. He stated that AI art can be considered creative based on established frameworks of creativity. And despite lacking emotional intent, AI-generated works can achieve surprising and innovative results that qualify them as creative outputs. And audience perceptions are influenced by biases against AI identity, which often diminish the appreciation of AI-generated art. So, he also concluded that with advancements in technology, the distinctions between AI as a mere tool and as an autonomous creator is becoming increasingly blurred, suggesting that AI may one day be regarded as a true artist. Next, I will talk about the strong and the weak sides of the paper I've read. Talking about the strengths of the paper, I can say that one of them was comprehensive frameworks. It utilized established theories to evaluate. It utilizes established theories such as Boden's taxonomy and Sawyer's perspectives to evaluate AI arts objectively. Next, I can say that the incorporation of real-world examples was also a part that I liked. It uses concrete examples like GANs and CANs and Portrait of Edmond de Belmani to illustrate these arguments. Additionally, I can say that the interdisciplinary approach was the strong side of this paper. It combines insight from psychology, machine learning, and art theory, providing a well-rounded analysis. The last point that I can say is a strength of this paper is audience perception analysis. The interrogation of schema theory to explain biases against AI. It, in my opinion, adds depth to the study and makes you understand it more. Enough of good. Now we'll talk about the weak sides of the paper. So, first one is the limited empirical data. It failed to uh, show an extensive experimental data or show any surveys to substantiate claims about audience perception of the creative potential of art. It lacked any charts, any graphs or something. It was mainly theoretical. Next is the ethical and philosophical gaps. It does not fully address the ethical implications of AI creativity, such as intellectual property concerns or the potential displacement of human artists. Also, I didn't like the narrow focus on visual art, though it is a important part of art overall, but we have music, we have literature, we have performance art, we have many, many forms of art, but unfortunately, it talks specifically about the visual art. And the last point I want to make is that it failed to clearly compare the real art and AI art, talking mainly about the visual perception of it, but not about the context, but not about the thoughts behind the canvas. So that's all about the first paper I've read about the influence of AI in visual art, and now I would like to turn to the next one. It is about artificial intelligence and music. So let's take a look at the summary I've made. I can say that it explores the evolving role of AI in music creation and its importance for copyright law and creative industries by analyzing AI systems such as neural networks and algorithms that generate music. The study highlights the tensions between tech advancements and traditional concepts of authorship, originality, and intellectual property rights. It advocates for updated copyright laws and collaboration among the stakeholders, as well as ethical considerations to address the challenges made by AI generated music. So now let's turn to the three questions for this paper. So, its purpose. Paper seeks to examine the impact of AI on music creation and identify the legal, ethical, and practical challenges that arise. Its aim is to provoke discussion about the future of music copyright laws and to propose solutions for ensuring fair recognition and accountability in AI assist or AI created works. And the hypothesis posits that AI's capacity to generate music challenges the traditional and ethical frameworks for copyright. It suggests that existing laws are insufficient to address the complexities of AI authorship and creativity. It makes it necessary to develop a new model for recognizing AI contributions. And last, to the conclusions author made. The author concludes that AI is fundamentally altering the music creation process, making it necessary for legal reforms and ethical guidelines. They argue that existing copyright laws fail to adequately account for AI's role in music creation, then that collaborative approach among engineers, artists, and policymakers are critical for creating fair and innovative frameworks. I will talk about the strengths and weaknesses of this paper. So, turning to the strengths. First is the comprehensive analysis. I really like that, and The paper dives into both legal and technical aspects of AI in music, offering a well-rounded perspective. Next, I will mention the relevance to the current trends, which is really important. It addresses a timely and growing issue as AI becomes increasingly involved in creative fields. And to the last one, which is my favorite part, to be honest, is the advocacy for collaboration, which is really important. The emphasis on interdisciplinary collaboration is a forward-thinking approach to tackling these challenges. So, again, enough of good. We'll turn to the weak sides of the paper. First is overemphasize on legal aspects. While copyright is crucial, the paper could have explored more about how AI impacts the creativity and cultural expression. I would like to, if it was this way. Next is, again, as in the previous paper, lack of empirical evidence. The paper does not include any case studies, any real-world examples, any graphs, any pie charts or something like this to support the theoretical claims. It was again clearly theoretical. And last part that I didn't like is vague practical recommendation. The proposed solutions, such as updating copyright laws, lack any details, any steps or accountable guidelines for implementation, and it makes more questions than answers, so it was really weak in my opinion. So that's all. Thank you for listening to my presentation. You've heard summaries of two papers about the influence of AI in art, specifically in two fields, the visual art and music. That's it. I hope you liked it. Thank you for your attention. Bye.